Hi friends, in few days, that is on 27th of this month, September, advanced examination, JEE Advanced 2020 is going to be conducted. So, hardly in our hand just 10 days time is there. Even in coming these 10 days time, how do we plan? How do we revise our schedule in a quick way? Here, I am giving the best solution for you. Hope this will help you a lot for coming JEE Advanced 2020 for last 10 days plan of action. And with this information, I am sure you will get minimum 40% to 70% of the marks. Of course, if you have already prepared thoroughly, and these are the guidelines only. Okay. Now, my friends, this is the day-wise strategy here I am giving. Coming to maths day 1 plan. See, for mathematics, you allot minimum per subject. For mathematics, 2 solid hours it requires, and similarly for physics, it requires 2 solid hours. Chemistry, 2 hours. These are the minimum hours for preparation and for revising your subject. So, in these first 2 hours, it's not a joke. Utility of 2 hours is very, very important. Wasting and procrastinator, I am not talking about the procrastinators, but if you are the person, if you are the real JEE advanced aspirant, then you know how can you utilize 2 hours of time in your preparation. Coming to day 1 mathematics plan, in this plan, suppose if your topics are complex numbers, matrices and determinants and linear equations and sequence and series, then from these topics, my suggestion would be you just refer whether you have solved all the properties from modulus and amplitude, the applications of modulus and amplitude, and Coni's method, all geometrical applications of complex numbers you need to focus. If you have solved it or not, verify. Otherwise, you just concentrate on it. And coming to matrices and all the linked problems, determinant, suppose coming to the determinants, instead of asking the individual question on determinants, they may ask questions linked with other chapters. Other chapters in the sense, questions based on what is called calculus and coordinate geometry and sometimes 3D. So, based on interrelated questions, and even in the determinants also, they may mix maximum minima problems. That kind of calculus oriented problems you need to focus. And for linear equations, you have to practice all the terms and conditions when a linear system of linear equations are consistent and inconsistent, and the rules and regulations. And of course, matrix algebra, properties of all different types of matrices, inverse, adjoint, skew, symmetric, etc. type of properties you have to focus. Because they are asking the very good questions. Of course, from matrices, questions were repeated and they asked the questions even in matrix matching test also. And coming to sequence and series, then individual question here also, several application oriented problems we can expect. But a question is guaranteed. Directly or indirectly, a mixed question we can expect from the sequences. So, instead of solving exclusive problems on sequence and series, collect and gather all the problems which are interlinked with other chapters. So, applications of AP, GP and HP, almost all arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean inequality. Several times questions were repeated in arithmetic mean and geometric mean, harmonic mean and their inequations, the applications. So, if it is mathematics, if you want to concentrate on these 3 topics, you need to focus. These are the fundamental areas. Okay. And coming to day 1 physics plan, if you are concentrating the fluids, viscosity and surface tension and heat and thermodynamics in day 1 with the 2 hours, then from fluids and all, you need to concentrate on Bernoulli's theorem and applications, the principle where to apply, and principle of continuity and critical velocity, Pascal law, and what is even in surface tension also, what is the angle of contact, capillarity. These are all are the important questions. Of course, a guarantee question, majority. Bernoulli's theorem and its applications are very, very important. Several things are there, and problems were repeated exclusively from this particular area. If you have solved all these concepts, nothing to worry. Again, you need to focus on what? What is principle of continuity? What is critical velocity? Where to apply? When to apply? Which type of mixed problem they asked? And what is Bernoulli's theorem? And in which type of problems they asked the Bernoulli's theorem? And these are the most important areas you need to focus from what? Fluids, viscosity, surface tension. And don't forget by hearting the important standard results and formulae from elasticity chapter also. And coming to heat and thermodynamics, and a guarantee question. Of course, weightage is very less, but either in paper 1 or paper 2, since advanced examination is for 6-hour examination, either in paper 1 or paper 2, you can expect one different question from heat and thermodynamics, especially the problems of PV diagrams and problems in the thermal conductions are very, very important in this particular area, and focus on standard results and formulae. This is a day 1 physics plan. Coming to day 1 chemistry plan. In day 1 chemistry plan, you allot this as the topic qualitative analysis. In a qualitative analysis, you need to focus on qualitative analysis of organic compounds and qualitative analysis of inorganic compounds, because half of the or 25% to 30% of the chemistry depends upon this qualitative analysis. All the mixed oriented problem, then what is salt and what are the anions and cations, how to find them, all practical information. In practicals, what kind of anions and cations, what kind of methods that we are using, and we are finding anions and cations, those things you need to practice and you need to focus. And coming to the groups, even in group 2A, group 3B, and group 3A, and group 4 and group 5, these are the things that we mentioned in that particular table. You need to focus on the qualitative analysis, because from the qualitative analysis, 100% questions are guaranteed. If you are just prepared day 1 topics, we can expect in a final examination more than 3% of the questions from each and every chapter to 5% of the questions we can expect. Or sometimes it is 5% of the question to 7% also. 7% also. Because suppose if in paper 1 no question is there in qualitative analysis, definitely there will be a question in paper 2. Or sometimes in more than one answer type of problems also, you can expect qualitative analysis as an indirect bit. So you need to focus what a group 2 in group 2A, Hg2 plus and Cu2 plus and Ba3 plus Cd2 plus, and group 3A all Al3 plus and Fe3 plus. In group 3B, Ni2 plus CO2 plus Mn2 plus Zn2 plus Cr3 plus. In group 5, NH4 plus Na plus K plus Mg plus, all you need to focus. This is about chemistry day 1. Now coming to mathematics day 2 plan. If you are concentrating on vectors and 3D, of course, a special focused questions, you need to focus on what? Volumes. All applications of projections, especially in vectors. Projections are very, very important. What is the projection of A bar and B on B bar on A bar? The applications of that particular variance. Apart from that, solutions of vector equations. This is the favorite area, especially from vectors in IIT examinations. So you need to focus on what? Solutions of vector equations. Do as many as you can from vector equations, because problems are guaranteed from vector equations. And convert them, the vectors into Cartesian form and Cartesian forms into vector form, because we can expect the different and linked questions from vectors and 3D also. And of course, from 3D, mainly you have to focus on what? Instead of DCs and DRs, you need to focus on planes and lines. All the interlinked problems from planes and lines, the conditions of coplanarity and shortest distances are very, very important. So focus more on what? Coplanarity and shortest distances. And even in lines and planes also, projection of a line with respect to the plane, and projection of a point with respect to a line, projection of a point with respect to the plane, and images, angle between the planes. These are the most important areas one should practice. If you have thoroughly solved it, nothing to worry. But in this duration, you try to solve as many as linked oriented concepts. My suggestion is concentrate more on what? More than one answer type of questions and in integer type of questions only. And if you are not thorough with the formulae, you just practice the formulae and conditions. This is about what? Maths day 2 plan. And coming to physics day 2. Suppose in physics, if your topics are waves, sound and optics, then from waves and sounds, you need to focus on what? Vibrations in strings, Doppler effect and beats. A question is guaranteed. And moreover, the most important point is what is force equation? How to extract it? What are the mathematical implementations of the force equations and applications are there? What is the analysis of the wave equation? In which problems we can apply? Of course, several mechanics concepts are also interlinked with the waves and waves equations. Those areas are what? You have to focus and you need to solve problems exclusively in the mixed oriented problems. Coming to the optics, there you need to concentrate on what? Sign conventions and applications in spherical mirrors. And ray diagrams, because in general students are doing mistakes in that particular areas. And of course, applications of Young double slit experiment. Of that, phase and path differences are very, very important because questions are guarantee from this one. Sometimes we can expect a comprehension question also exclusively from optics because they asked. And of course, if you have done all the things, then in general students are losing marks on what? Diffractions and their applications and their limitations, especially on ray and wave optics. So, what are those concepts of diffractions and what kind of problems that we can expect? And for that, what is the phase and path differences? You have to practice. So, these are the most important fundamental areas in what? Waves, sounds and optics. And coming to day 2 chemistry plan. In a day 2 chemistry plan, if you are taking coordination chemistry and chemical bonding, then chemical bonding and coordination chemistry, from this 20% to 30% of the questions are guaranteed. Because valency bond theory and its applications are very, very important. Based on valency bond theory, we can get several problems. Several important, even numerical answer type or integer value type of problems also we can expect from valence bond theory. And of course, complexes types of, with the valence bond theory, the complexes and properties and isomerisms in complexes we can also practice, and those interlinked areas you need to focus. If you have thoroughly solved it, nothing to worry. Again, you have to concentrate on more. And coming to periodic properties, atomic radius, of course, from chemical bonding, and with the help of the chemical bonding, since this is the heart of the chemistry, and in inorganic chemistry especially, with Vesper theory, all applications interrelated with periodic properties, atomic radius, ionization, how it is increasing, how it is decreasing, from where to where it is increasing, from when to when, where to when, and it is decreasing. Those kinds of atomic radius, ionization energy, electronic gain, enthalpy, and electronegativity you need to practice. Similarly, in p-black elements, hybridization of atoms of compounds are to be they are very, very important, and they based on what? They are the applications of Vesper theory. With the help of Vesper theory, how can we identify the elements of hybridization of atoms, etc., etc.? And don't forget to concentrate on what? Molecular orbital theory and problems from molecular orbital theory. This is about chemistry day 2 plan. As I said again I am repeating. Mathematics, you need to allot what? 2 hours, 2 clock hours per day. And physics, 2 clock hours per day. And chemistry, 2 clock hours per day. They are very, very essential. After completion of these particular areas from day 1 and day 2, my suggestion would be just take a mock test. Take a mock test exclusive on these particular topics. Or better, you just concentrate on the previous JEE advanced papers on these particular areas. Without looking into the solutions that are providing by materials or etc., independently, stepwise, you practice all these areas. It won't take that much of time. Practice in the sense, don't solve each and every problem on the paper. You just read the question one by one very quickly and analyze. Okay, what are the main important fundas to solve this problem? what is the main important formula, and when to apply, which kind of standard formulas are applicable or applying continuously for solving these problems. You need to practice. Just by without writing anything on the paper, you imagine the questions, and under your imagination only you solve all the problems within the time limits only. You put minimum 30 minutes. Yes, I have to complete minimum 10 problems, 10 different problems. Like that, you solve all the previous JEE advanced papers also exclusively from day 1 and day 2 topics. Then from that, from day 1 and day 2, you can cover minimum 7% of the question to 10% of the question in a JEE advanced examination. Just from these 2 days topics itself, we can cover 7% to 10% of the syllabus. And questions are compulsory. And coming to day 3 mathematics plan. Of course, it is again in entire advanced examination, whatever it may be the hosting institution is or organizing institution is, mainly they are concentrating on, in mathematics especially, concentrating on 2 areas. One is algebra and another one is calculus. And later it is coordinate geometry. In algebra, instead of concentrating on the individual and separate topics, they are focusing on what? Mixed problems. All problems interlinked with the properties, the topics already I have mentioned it. So coming to FLCD, functions, limits, continued differentiation and applications of derivatives, my suggestion would be you better concentrate on what? All properties and applications of a continuous and differentiable functions in a closed interval AB. And their counter examples also. And all applications of monotonicity. Because though it is very simple, only thing is a function is increasing, f dash x greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0, decreasing less than 0. No, that is not the case. Imagine the graphs. Under what point it is increasing, at what point it is decreasing, why it is increasing, why it is decreasing, what interval it is increasing, what domain it is decreasing, you need to practice. So from that location of roots, with that what to do? All algebraic and transcendental equations means, transcendental means what? Which are not algebraic. Which are not algebraic means what? Sometimes logarithm of sine is equal to tan inverse x, e power x is equal to tan, like that type of questions. For that, only with the calculus one can solve. In general, in IIT examinations, all different varieties of transcendental equations and their inequalities they are asking. And of course, they are the applications of mean value theorems also. Okay, so from FLCD and applications of derivatives, you need to focus on these areas. Which one? Best properties of continuity in a closed interval AB and differentiation in a closed interval AB. Closed interval AB properties means a function A is continuous in closed interval AB is always bounded and attains its bounds and its LUB and GLB conditions, etc. things, and their applications you have to practice. Coming to day 3 physics. If the physics topics are mechanics up to rotation dynamics, then in mechanics you need to focus on what? How to draw the free body diagrams, and with the help of the free body diagrams, how to identify the frictional directions, and how to identify the centripetal force, and conservation principles and their applications. Without problems from conservation principles and parallel axis and perpendicular axis theorems, there is no IIT paper at all. Direct questions, or we can expect more than one answer type, or if possible comprehension questions also we can expect exclusively from what? Rotation dynamics and mechanics, exclusively in free body diagrams. Without free body diagrams, it is very difficult to solve several problems. And apart from that, applications of integration and differentiation in solving the problems of mechanics are very, very important. They are asking. And in rotation dynamics, how to use parallel axis and perpendicular axis theorems and applications. And with that, how to find moment of inertia, different shapes, different types of items. And of that, what is rolling motion and conservation of angular momentum, what kind of problems, difficult and typical linked problems they are asking. Because few years back, they asked, they introduced some good terminology even in rotational dynamics also. People are confused with that terminology, but if you have thoroughly understand the concepts and the summary given in the problem, you can easily understand what is that important terminology and new terminology that they have introduced at that time. You can get it. The same thing may happen even in this examination also. Sometimes all of a sudden, with their enthusiasm, they may introduce some new terminology and techniques and several terms. Don't panic over that. Read the problem carefully. If you have understood the problem, definitely solution should come. Because already have practiced several problems, thousands and thousands of the problems. With that knowledge, you can easily do it. And coming to day 3 chemistry plan. And if it is chemistry, if you are concentrating on electrochemistry and thermodynamics, there from the electrochemistry, you need to focus on what Hess laws and Gibbs energy, intensive and extensive properties, graphical representations of work in different processes, entropy expressions, and finding E naught values of electrode from the E naught values of 2 given electrodes, comparing oxidants and reductants, E naught values, Nernst equation, conductivity products of electrolysis, commercial cells, etc. You have to practice. Because in general, people are, see my friends, my suggestion is, this time I am expecting, from physical chemistry, they should give little bit lengthy problems also. That means hard some problems which includes or which involve maximum evaluation, numerical evaluations. It may waste your time. So focus on that. So whenever you are solving any numerical problem, just knowing the concept is not at all sufficient. You put everything on the paper and find the solution till last answer. This is important. Until you get the last answer, there is no use at all. So you have that patience is very, very essential in preparation of chemistry, that too problems from numeric electrochemistry or physical chemistry. And coming to day 4, and in day 4 mathematics, applications of integrations. Applications of integrations means again you have to concentrate on what? In indefinite integrations. They are mainly focusing, just verify the few years papers. You will find very easily that problems based on rational and irrational integrations. Even in straight objective also they will ask. There is a chance again. What? Methods of solving rational and irrational integrations. And of course again, just like FLCD, here also all properties based on what? Definite integration properties based on closed interval AB. And applications of modulus function, step function, fractional part of the real number x function, and monotonicity functions and concepts of monotonicity in definite integrations, all geometrical applications, and geometrical applications interlinked with the differential equations. They are very, very important, especially from the applications of integrations. Then asking find area only. Though they will ask simply area under the curve, but the area under the curve is mixed with what? Properties of modulus, step function, etc., different type of curves. So thorough with those properties, because from this particular area only we can expect more than 12% of the problems. Suppose if no question is there in paper 1, definitely the entire paper will be on different integral calculus in advanced examination, and vice versa. And coming to day 4 chemistry physics plan, and it is and it is very easy topic for you, capacitors and electrostatics and magnetism. There from the capacitors you have to concentrate on what? Potential due to various charge distribution, electric dipole, combinations of capacitors of that equivalent capacitance, Van de Graaff generator, and electric flux, Gauss law and applications, parallel plate capacitors and their properties and their applications, These are the straight questions also we can expect exclusively from these topics. But a question is guaranteed. See, here I am not at all giving all the properties, all the questions, all the chapters. I have not mentioned it. See, even in algebra also I have mentioned only few. Even in calculus also I have mentioned only few. Even in chemistry also I have mentioned very few. Because from these areas, questions are guarantee. If you have mastered all these areas, nothing to worry. Only thing is, in these coming 10 days of the duration, you need to focus on these particular areas. Don't waste time for solving unnecessary things. Instead of solving unnecessary things and concentrating on new items, better you strengthen these particular areas. This is the suggestion. Okay, my friends, now coming to chemistry, day 4 plan, ionic equilibrium and chemical equilibrium. There in ionic equilibrium and chemical equilibrium, what is Le Chatelier's principle? And equilibrium involving physical process, applications of Le Chatelier principle, Haber process, salt hydrolysis, buffer solubility product. Yeah, there I have what I have mentioned in this particular table, you need to focus. And from that, don't forget the lines from the NCERT. Even in 2020 September mains also, they have lifted the same lines from NCERT. So whenever they are asking any theoretical question, they should convert the lines from NCERT only. So first what to do? From ionic equilibrium, you focus on what? The lines from the NCERT. Then applications of the applications and problems which I have mentioned in the table. Okay, and after that again from day 3 and day 4 topics, you need to focus on all previous advanced year paper questions under time limits. Okay, now coming to day 5, mathematics plan. Of course, circles and conic sections. My friends, in entire coordinate geometry, IIT paper sectors are very important on these particular concepts and applications and problems of S plus lambda L is equal to 0 and S plus lambda S dash is equal to 0. That means family of intersecting curves. Family of, S is equal to 0 is a curve and L is equal to 0 is a line. What is a family of line intersecting the curve? And two different curves, and even the common tangents, common normals, conditions, and the square inscribed in the circle, or triangle, or equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle. If it is so, then what is its area, maximum area, type of problems. Then focusing direct questions, they are asking the mixed oriented calculus application type of coordinate geometry problems are very important. The same things that we can expect in the conic sections also. Of course, from conic sections, simple questions only they are asking. Not necessary to focus unnecessary things like conjugate points. No, they never. The main important area of area they are interesting is coordinate geometry is problems on chord with respect to midpoint. I am challenging. They should give questions from chord with respect to midpoint. Even this is useful for circles, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola also. So all the common tangents, normals, angle between them, angle between two intersecting parabolas, parabola and ellipse, and common tangents from parabola and circle and ellipse and hyperbola, and what are the items, shapes, that means a triangle inscribed in the ellipse or inscribed in the ellipse or circle, like that combination problems. That kind of problems only they are asking. Apart from that, they are concentrating on what? Problems on chord with respect to the midpoint. And coming to day 5, physics plan, electromagnetic induction. Without a question from this particular chapter, there is no advanced paper at all. There, you need to focus on what? Magnetic effects of current and motion charge in the magnetic field and formulas and their applications. Of course, linked problems, difficult problems, a little bit difficult problems we can expect exclusively from this area. What is Lenz laws? and motional EMF concept, and what is the property, and what is impedance, power factor, phase approach, all problems, different, somewhat tricky questions, there is a possibility from electromagnetic induction. So if they are asking any confusion, or if they want to do confusion in the minds of the students, the main important areas are only two. One is electromagnetic induction, the second one is optics only. From remaining topics, in general, they are asking very simple questions. Of course, in mechanics, rotational dynamics, that's a different story. Okay, now coming to day 5, chemistry. If you are concentrating GOC, we are now entering into the organic chemistry. Of course, GOC and isomerism. There, my friends, here in GOC and isomerisms, from general organic chemistry, simple applications of electronic affinity, aromaticity, strength of acids, bases are important. And coming to the isomerisms, counting the number of isomers, EZ and RS configurations are important, and we can expect the numerical questions also from this. See, 2 days back, I think, if I'm right, they asked 3-column matrix problems also. There, in column 1 and column 2 and column 3, especially in organic chemistry, several questions they can frame with the help of these particular areas. So you need to focus on that. See, than preparation, my suggestion would be, you solve as many as different variety type of objective questions on paper only. Because just by reading the books, nothing will happen. No use at all at this juncture. You have to expose for what? Different varieties of problems which are available from old examination papers and etc. etc. And of course, my friends, coming to day 6 mass plan in trigonometric equations and inverse trigonometry. See, we sometimes all of a sudden they may give separate question, exclusively separate question, or in a trigonometric equations, we can, that it may be the part and parcel of some other chapters also. Of course, if they are asking some transcendental inequalities, trigonometric inequalities, and for that even arithmetic mean greater than or equal to geometric mean applications, and trigonometric equations solving by graphical methods, number of roots in the given interval, like that problems only they are asking. Than asking the direct questions from the trigonometric equations only, they may focus exclusively on that. That's why what I mentioned there. Trigonometric equations of one equation with one variable, 2 equations with 2 variables, that is everybody knows. But my suggestion would be, you need to focus on what? Trigonometry in inequalities, transcendental trigonometric equations and inequations, graphical solutions. And all properties, terms and conditions while solving the inverse trigonometry are very, very important, because they will create the nuisance in finding options given in the one or more than type of problems, especially that come under differentiation, integration, definite integration, etc., etc. And you need to focus those things from inverse trigonometry. Once upon a time, very lengthy and straightforward questions are asking, but nowadays they are asking the questions like that. Now, my friends, coming to day 6 physics plan, experimental physics. See, open your NCERT textbook and concentrate on all CBSE +1 +2 experiments. What is method, what is formula, what is the reference, what are the observations, what are the limitations, all experiments. From that experiments also, what are the errors, how to calculate that errors, approximations, you need to focus. All mechanical experimental problems and electrical experimental problems and light experimental problems, all are very, very important. Yes, simply you can get 8 to 12 marks directly from this particular experiment topic. Sometimes even in numerical value also we can expect very good questions from experimental physics. And coming to day 6 chemistry, if your chapters are hydrocarbons and alcohols and phenols and ethers, of course Very, very important topics and length problems. There, what? You need to focus all the named reactions, reagents, mechanisms, compulsory. Reactions, reagent, mechanism, all named reactions, mechanisms, and their equations, conditions, very, very important. Wood's reaction, Kolb's reaction, Kolbe's electrolysis, electrophilic aromatic substitutions, reactions of thermal alkynes, benzenes, all standard named reactions like Kolb's Riemann-Tiemann reaction, etc., etc. And of course, this is seventh day mathematics, coming to quadratic equations and inequalities. Then from the quadratic equations and inequalities, you have to focus on what? Nature of the roots and inequalities and location of the roots. Problems based on nature of the roots and location of the roots. For to solve the location of roots, again calculus applications are very, very important. And of course, once upon a time, inequalities is an exclusive topics. There from the inequalities, we have to solve how to apply Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, Jensen's inequality. Arithmetic mean greater than or equal to geometric mean greater than or equal to harmonic mean. It is a very, very important problem and favorite inequality for IIT examination, IIT paper sectors. So you need to focus on these areas. And coming to day 7 physics, modern physics, easy one. Minimum sometimes 8% to 10% of the questions we can expect. 8% to 10% of the questions we can expect from modern physics only. And of course, very simple topics, and straight away very simple problems, very simple number of formulas are also very less. So focus on what? Structure of atoms, nuclear physics and radioactivity, semiconductors and logic gates. Simple questions we can expect from modern physics. Easy questions. Experimental physics, modern physics, and electricity and electrostatics and current electricity, EMI. These are the most prime areas, and from that you have to focus on all graphical problems. In physics, graphical representation problems are very, very important. And applications of calculus, that means how to apply, when to apply, differentiation, integration. These are the prime important areas in physics. And coming to day 7 chemistry plan, if your topics are aldehydes and ketones and carboxylic acids, then there, as I said, please prepare all named standard reactions. What are those? Preparation and reactions, nucleophilic additions, HCN, NaHSO3, ROH, ammonia derivatives, semi-carbonized, RMGX oxidation, tolerance test, Fehling test, Cannizzaro reaction, Wolff-Kishcher reaction, all these kind of properties, all the properties you have to practice. See, clearly I have mentioned those properties. What are those properties? Aldol condensation, aldol and reduction reactions, and their applications, yes, etc. things. But you pick all these things from NCERT textbooks and you solve the problems given from the NCERT textbooks also. First you confine that. If time there, then go ahead. This is about what? Day 7. So my friends, what I am saying is, already you have prepared something. Only thing is you have to brush up. These are the important areas one should know, one should practice before going to the final advanced examination. And coming to day 8, after completion of these things, my suggestion would be practice every day, every alternate day. My suggestion is you go for a mock test. After that, and especially 8th day and 9th day, you have to concentrate on one or more than one answer type of objectives. What to do? My suggestion is, actually in one or more than one answer type, each question has to be solved and mapped with all options. See, one or more than one answer type means it is a combination of 4 different problems. All options are very, very important. You have to read all the options given and you study well, because each question has to be solved and mapped with all options. It may also happen that the options are the same values written in different form. Got the point? So you have to solve all the 4 options. Don't say that, okay, first option is only correct or second option is only correct, something like that. So do as many, even in your preparation also, do as many as different one or more than one answer type of questions. Already in the last video I have mentioned this point. If you have gone through 2012-2013 JEE advanced papers given by IIT Delhi, across the country, majority of the students, they lose marks exclusively on more than one answer type of questions. Because of what? Partial marking and negative marking. Due to that reason only. If you are not confident, please don't attempt. If you are not confident, please don't attempt. So my suggestion is, on 7th, up till 7th, okay, per day, as per the schedule, you concentrate on those particular topics. And after 6 hours, at least 2 to 3 hours, you attempt one mock test. And of course, on 8th, exclusively focus on what? All variety type of more than one answer type questions. Please don't look into the options given or answers given in any textbooks. You solve them independently and select the correct options. If you got 100% of the confidence, then success is yours. Next, of course, this is about what? Day 8 plan. And my day 9 plan, comprehension based. There, in general, what people are doing is, they're searching the formula, what kind of formula that they are giving. So only thing is, they are feeling that, okay, only thing is from the comprehensions, formulas will be available. Our job is to put the formula, get the answer type. That kind of business they are in their mind. Please don't underestimate the comprehension based questions, especially in advanced examinations. Even sometimes in comprehensions also, they may give partial marks. They may give negative marks also. So even if you know the concept mentioned in comprehensions, you should still read it thoroughly. Thoroughly means what? Sometimes wasting the time is, of course, in general, majority of the students are wasting the time while solving the comprehension problem. Without what is called experience, in general, they are wasting. My suggestion is, you solve comprehension problems in the last half an hour only. There are chances of redefining a concept or providing hypothetical assumptions. So based on the information given in the comprehension, you have to solve the questions given under the conference. So instead of solving comprehension problems directly known from well-known data available for you, you need to expose for different varieties of unknown comprehensions and the problems under the unknown comprehensions. For that, of course, it is not good suggestion to all. Better you can solve previous Olympiad problems. There in the Olympiad examinations, you will find beautiful comprehensions, and that knowledge will give you very good information for solving comprehensions. This is about what? Day 9. And coming to, my friends, day 10. Numerical and integer value based. Of course, this is the area nowadays students are getting trouble. Even in a few years ago, I mean in 2018, if I'm right, IIT Kanpur was a paper setter, and they had given almost 23 add marks. 23 questions, 23 marks were in the form of add. Because they have not, though they mentioned the terms and conditions very clearly, but people are misunderstanding with that one, and they have solved the problems in a different notion, and they confused it at all. Due to that, to avoid all that complexities, they had given 23 marks as add marks. Now, my suggestion is, actually numerical problems are somewhat lengthy problems, subjective type of problems. Actually, you can score very good marks, and majority of the score is possible only in numerical or integer type. Once upon a time, integer type questions they are giving, but now they are concentrating exclusively in a numerical value. So generally, these questions are the subjective questions converted to object, and hence would be time taking. The correct way would be to treat them as a subjective and solve them only if you have command on the topic, if you have attempted all the questions on the paper. Actually, my suggestion is in general so far in advanced examinations they are not giving negative marks. If they are giving negative marks for a numerical value or integer type of problem, be careful about this. But anyhow, in your preparation regularly, at least 10 different numerical problems and 10 different more than one answer type and at least one different innovative comprehension, you add all these in your regular orientation from all the three subjects from the topics that I have mentioned so far. And if you are brush up and you are doing work in that direction, automatically you can do wonders. See, my friends, I am least bothered about 10 days. 7 days, first 7 days, the topics that I have allotted are very, very important. If you mastered the topics which I have mentioned on the first 7 days, 7 into 5% of the marks, that means from each and every subject, 35% of the marks to 7 into 10% of the marks, that is 70 marks, 70% of the marks is possible to get from you, to get for you. So, minimum of 35% of the marks to maximum of 70% of the marks you can score if you are continuously, if you are thoroughly and if you are confidently solve and concentrate on those the topics. That too, if you are solved enough problems on what numerical comprehensions and more than one answer type, you can master, you can do wonders. And my friends, this is very, very important for you because before going to the examination and at the time of examination, these are the do's and don'ts. So my suggestion is first, do read the instructions given in the computer carefully. So for which sections negative marks are there, partial marks are there, you focus on that. Read all questions and options very carefully and do all your rough work on the provided scribbled pad. They should provide. Otherwise, you bring along with the examination hall ticket, you bring 2 to 3 A4 papers for to do the rough work. You will show them to the invigilator. Okay, because after all they are white papers only. They least bothered about it and they never put any objections on that. So, if they definitely, as per rules, they will provide the scribble pad, but use that scribble pad very neatly. But don't write each and every step on the rough work. Even in these coming days also, please don't write every step on paper. Only useful, only important and potential steps only you have to practice, you have to write on paper because you give maximum work to your brain only. And another important point is don't rush thorough the guidelines that are given in allotted computer. That already I mentioned. What are those? What kind of instructions that they are given? So how many sections are given? What is the maximum mark? And how many negative marks are there? How many partial marks are there? Like that only. And don't hurry. And don't go for any sentiments or etc. etc. Suppose if you have solved if you have watched the first question itself, if it is the first question itself is the difficult question for you, don't panic for that. And don't imagine that is the wrong sentiment or something like that. Just concentrate, skip it and enter into the next question only. So don't answer questions simply as you could lose marks if you answer negatively marked questions. Clear na? So second and sixth points are very, very important. Second and sixth points are very, very important. These are the do's and don'ts before and at the time of examinations. And my friends, and in 2014 to 19, these were the cutoff marks. For a general candidate, in 2019, the cutoff mark, they conducted the examination for 372, the cutoff marks are 93, for OBC candidate 83, SC 46, ST 46, for 372. So see the percentage of marks, 25 only, 22.3 only. In 2018, it was 25%. That means they conducted the examination for 360. There, the cutoff mark was for general 90, for OBC 81, for SC 45, ST 45. And in 2017, the examination they conducted for 366. At that time, for general category 128, that is 35% of the marks. And for OBC 115, that is 31.4. And for SC 64, ST 64. See, if you have observed all the cutoff marks for general and OBC, if anybody is maintaining more than 35% of the marks, irrespective of the total mark, because even in 2020 also they may conducted the examination for 372 or 360 or 400 or 504 or 480, something like that. Forget about the highest mark. If you are maintaining 35% of the marks, you should qualify. From general candidate I am talking. And a minimum 15% of the marks from SC and ST you should get. You should qualify. Or sometimes you may get better rank also. And coming to 30% of the marks for OBC candidates. These are the minimum cutoffs one should maintain in a final JEE advanced paper once after releasing the key. Forget about the standard. These are the cutoff marks, based cutoff marks, based on the statistics here I am giving. Because this is the, I am the person giving the 100% of valid statistics because I have collected all this information from your seniors. And coming to marks versus ranks, all India marks versus ranks. See, in 2019, those who got ranks below 10 all India, they should maintain 312 marks out of 372, that is 83.9%. Below 100, 72. Below 1000, 55.5. Below 5000, 42.2. And below 10,000, 35.2. And below 15,000, 30.9. So even in 2018 also, they conducted the examination for what? 360 marks. For 360, below 87, more than 87.5%, below 10. More than 75.8%, below 100. More than 65% below 500. More than 59.2%, below 1000. Like that. Even in 2017 also. So, from the entire statistics, the observation would be, if anybody is maintaining more than 85% or 85% to 90%, there is a chance of getting a rank, all India rank below 10. And anybody is maintaining more than 75% of the marks, there is a chance of getting a rank below 100. And anybody is getting more than 65% of the marks, 70% of the marks, there is a chance of getting a rank below 10,000. If anybody is getting more than 40% of the marks, they should get a rank below 10,000. So irrespective of the standards of the paper, sometimes the paper may be easy, sometimes this time, though competition is very less, but focused students are writing the examinations. Because previously majority of the students, they attempted the test, but this time under do or die situation only, with the IIT as a fashion oriented students only, they are writing. So they may give very good fight also. So getting a rank below 10, 100, 1000 or below 10,000, you need to focus. And these are the cutoff marks and ranks. Very, very important information for you. And this kind of information that always we are providing to our students. If you like this video, please subscribe and share it, and wish you all the best, my dear students. We will meet in the next session with a good analysis of JEE Mains 2020 marks versus ranks, percentiles, etc. analysis. And of course, in Sri Chaitanya, in 2020 JEE mains, we got All India 4th and 8th ranks, All India 4th and 7th ranks, and below the 100 we got more than 17 ranks, and below 1000 we got more than 150 ranks, and this is a very good, extraordinary result from Sri Chaitanya, and hope this is possible, and soon we are going to start our new batches, and if you have any queries regarding this, you can meet our administrators. They will clarify your doubts.